Today I'd like to share with you some information about a Google Docs add-on called Easybib. Hi, this is Gail Baruchian. I'm a tech helper up at the high school. Easybib is very similar to the online bibliography creator by a similar name, but it's an add-on to Google Docs, and so it's really convenient for students to find and to use as they're writing their research paper. If you want your students to use Easybib, the first thing they should do is come to the add-ons menu. They're going to have to go get Easybib. So you're going to ask them to come here to get add-ons. You may see Easybib right near the top of the list, but if you don't, or if they don't, they can certainly search for it. And then right here, when they find Easybib, there will be a little button that says free. Mine says manage because I already have the add-on, but when you click on the little blue free button, then Easybib will be added to Google Docs. Once it's been added, you don't have to add it any longer. You can just use it. So that only has to be done the first time. So this is a little paper that I have called King of the Wild Frontier. It's about Davy Crockett. So I'm going to pretend that I wrote the paper, and I'm now ready to cite my sources. So I'm going to come to my add-ons menu and choose Easybib and Manage Bibliography. The first thing I want to do once I get the Cite a Source pane open is I want to choose my citation style. The MLA style is here, and there's a bunch of other styles if you need those. I'm going to stick with MLA because as far as I know, almost everybody in the Billerica Public Schools uses that particular citation style. Now, the kinds of citations that you can create with Easybib are somewhat limited, but hopefully they're reasonable enough for our students. They can cite books, they can cite journal articles, and they can cite websites. I'm going to start out with a book. So according to the library, the high school library catalog, there's a book called The Alamo that I might have used in my research about Davy Crockett. So I'm going to start out by citing that book. In order to cite the book, I'm going to go to Easybib, and I'm just going to put in the title of the book right here, The Alamo. I already typed it once, so Google is guessing for me. And then I'm going to click search. Now, there's a whole bunch of books out there called The Alamo, so I have quite a list of them here. What I need to do is make sure that I'm citing my particular book called The Alamo. So going back to the library website, I see that my particular book was written by Tim McNeese, and it was published in 2003. So I'll go back over here to Easybib, and lo and behold, here's my book written by Tim McNeese and published in 2003. So I click the select button. And what Easybib starts to do is build me sort of a preview of my bibliography. So this is how my citation for the Tim McNeese book will appear. Let me just show you how to cite a website, because I know that's, at least in my world, that's a very common source for students. So with a website, rather than putting a title, you're going to put the web address or the website URL right here in the search box. So I found on the History Channel website, I found some information that I used in my report. So I'm going to copy the web address for the page. And then I'm going to go back over here to Easybib and paste that information into the search window. And it comes up, Easybib comes up and it says, oh, I bet you want the page about Davy Crockett at history.com. And I do. So again, I'm just going to click select. And so I would just continue to add sources until I had all the citations for all the sources that I used during my research. If a student does get something in their list that they didn't actually use, they can click this X right here, and that source will be taken out, and then they can add any other sources that they need to add. And once the list is complete, then you just click this little Add Bibliography to Doc button. And it's not real obvious, but a page was just added to my doc that has my works cited information on it. So the works cited entries themselves are simply text, and students can certainly edit them. So for example, if you wanted your students to put in the date that a website was changed as part of any citations for a web page, they could just go find that information and then add it to each one of the citations. The citations are formatted like you would expect them to be in MLA style, meaning that the first line of any citation is at the left margin and any other lines are indented. They are double spaced, but if you'd like them to be single spaced, again, they're just text. So all of your students would need to do is come up here to the format menu and go to line spacing and choose single and that will single space the citations. There aren't any in-text citations in Easybib, but again, students could certainly add them themselves. So for example, I added here a citation, an in-text citation for my McNeese book, and the information that I'm citing appears on page 37 in that book. So I hope you have enjoyed this video about Easybib. Remember that it's an add-on, so you're going to have to go and add it, but then it will be here in the add-ons menu. And then once you choose Manage Bibliography, you'll get your Cite a Source pane, and you can add books or journal articles or websites. And once you've got your list all built, you just click Add Bibliography to Doc in order to add your works cited information to your Google Doc. So I hope this video was helpful, and I hope you enjoy using Easybib.